Maybe something behind the head if you wish. Good. So I'm just going to grab my bolster. Some of you have a straight leg and you've allowed the bolster to be in supporting the knee, but also the upper thigh. And then the other option is to keep the knees bent and flip the bolster on its side, which I've done as a visual for you. And then just slowly let your feet walk a little bit away from the bolster so that you can allow the back of the knees a little bit more of a chance to drop into that support. Hands can rest on your abdomen, or you can allow your arms to be off to the side. If you choose to bring your arms off to the side, let them float away from your body about a foot or 2 or 3 away. So I'm offering you that invitation to take up space. As we arrive here together as a group, we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And as you continue with that breath, you might even find that the breath wants to create a little sound out the mouth. So maybe a sigh. Sometimes that purse lip breath where you gently purse the lips and extend the exhale by blowing it through the pursed lip. You can feel that it starts to take your nervous system and deregulate it, which means it's going to bring your body and mind into a quality of homeostasis. Feeling the imprint of your body on the floor. Continuing to let the breath in the nose and out the mouth be here for as long as you want. There's no rush to transition. But when the breath is ready, and you'll feel that, not needing to rush it, the breath will start to move in and out of the nose. Each time you exhale, you might notice the belly softening and deflating, gently releasing back towards the spine. And each time you inhale, the belly is softly expanding. Some of you might even feel your lower back expand towards the floor. A little back body awareness. As you exhale, the lower back releases up into the body, the belly deflates. And as the breath smooths out and lengthens, you'll feel the belly expand, maybe your lower back, but also feeling the rib cage open. So I want you to notice a little bit more the left and right side of your rib cage expanding gently out to the sides of the room. So it's a lateral expansion. And as you exhale, the rib cage gathers, gently drawing in and softening. Some of you might even feel the back of the ribs releasing into the floor. And we start to notice back body, side body, and front body. We understand that we have a 3-dimensionality component to our body, to our breath, to our mind. So sensing what is appearing for you today in your practice. Is body speaking to you in different areas? Are the components, maybe thoughts or emotions arriving with the mind? As we had the peak of the full moon happen overnight, sometimes the moon pulls on the water within our body, maybe heightens sensations, heightens thoughts, emotions. So we're just going to hold space for that with compassion, with whatever's arising with us today. create that intention that through your exhalation today, that anytime something arises and you have this awareness within you that you're ready to let that go. It might be a thought, might be an emotion, might be a sensation of holding or something else in body. You can bring your attention to exhale and let that go with the exhalation. When you couple it with an intentional awareness of a thought, then that creates a really powerful opportunity to transform. Feel which parts of your body are meeting the floor. Might be the back of the heels if you have your legs extended. You have your knees bent, it's the feet, soles, your legs, the right hip, the left hip, the space in between the right and left hip, a downward facing triangle of the sacrum. Allow these areas to become heavy. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade. And that space in between the shoulder blades. The muscular component in between the shoulder blades are your rhomboids. And on top of that, we have our trapezius, which creates a lot of tension sometimes in the upper back and the neck and the shoulders. Just see if you can allow that space in between the shoulder blades to release, to widen. Sometimes you'll hear me reference that space as the back doorway into your heart. Just going to take 2 to 3 to 4 more breaths here, depending on the length and your rhythm. Feel your whole body. Feel your whole body. Feel your whole body. As we move from a place of wholeness today, you're going to gently start to wiggle your toes. See how that connects up through your legs. And then start to wiggle your fingers and notice how that connects up through your arms. If you've got your knees bent with me, you're just going to extend your legs. Your bolster will drop down. Those of you that have an extended leg already, you're in a perfect position. We're going to do some tension and release to start. So you decide, do your arms want to extend out to the side? Do they want to reach overhead? You're going to reach down through your legs, up through your arms. You're going to create a little bit of tension. So you're going to activate the body, the face. And then as you exhale, just let go. Let it out the mouth. We're going to do that a couple more times as you inhale, just activating, allowing the body to create some muscular contraction. Then exhale, let it go when you're ready. And then at your timing, you're going to do that one more time, just self-guide through the inhale, bringing life to the body, enliven everything, and then soften. We're going to allow the knees to bend. You're going to remove the bolster out of the way. Good. We're going to draw the legs up towards the chest, one and then the other. So you might have your hands wrapped behind the back of the thighs, maybe behind the knees. Okay. And you're just going to circle the legs. So we're just going to keep them hip width apart or together. And you're just going to choose one direction just to roll around in. So we're just releasing the back, feeling your breath pair with the movements, however you want to breathe. At times, leaving space to breathe out the mouth when it comes in. Most of the time, you're going to breathe in and out of the nose. And with that invitation today to let go of what's no longer needed to be held. When you're ready, switch directions. Then we're going to extend the arms and the legs in the air once you're ready. Shake them out. Just give a really good shake just to enliven them. Notice your arms and legs in space. And then we're gonna just pause and we're gonna start to circle through the ankles and the wrists. So just bringing in some range of motion. Also using gravity to release any pooling or excess fluid of the lymph that's pooled in the lower limbs. So hands, wrists, lower arm, feet, ankles, lower shins. Go both directions. Remember, when you do range of motion, it's not so much about your speed, but the range. So imagine that you're drawing circles with fingers and toes. Or part of your circles being skipped. Good. Shake it out one last time. All right, we're gonna go right into a little bit of core awareness. So some of you have either an inflated purple ball, it might also be blue. The other option is you all have a 4-inch block. Okay, so your choice of what you want to use, you're going to put it in between the thighs, squeezing it gently. I'm going to use block today. And your arms are going to be out to the side, palms down. Okay, let them float about a foot to a foot and a half away from your body. Just let your shoulders and your shoulder blades become heavy. Always coupling that heaviness with an exhale. Let your arm, your upper arm, your elbow, your lower arm, your wrist and your hand also stay heavy. We're going to let the arms and the upper body be our anchor. As we exhale, we're going to squeeze the ball or the block. We're going to levitate the thighs towards us, keeping the knees bent. Okay? You're going to feel your feet and knees and thighs are hip width apart. You're going to reach some energy out your heels. So think of your inner heel, outer heel, back of the heel. There you go. Okay, so we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to take this to one side. You choose which direction. So you can go left or right. But as you come to one side, I want you to pause there. Keep squeezing the ball or the block. And then just draw the thighs a little bit up towards you as you come to one side. So it's almost like you're going in a little bit of a U shape. And then you're going to let the legs come down slightly, pass through center. Inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the ball of the block, come to the other side, but then bring the legs up a little bit. So you're just creating that U shape. As you inhale, I'm going to get you to point your toes as you come through center this time. As you exhale, reach through the heels, come into that upward motion on the other side. Maybe your head follows your legs. Toes point as you inhale, squeezing the ball or the block, pressing through the heels as you exhale to each side. Okay, so you're coming over to the right, center, inhale, left, exhale. Okay, using that inner core awareness of lifting up through the lower belly. So there's a back and then there's an up. And this is what helps to draw your legs from side to side. Now you can pause at any time. Just doing a little bit of transverse awareness. If you want to increase this movement, we're going to take it a little bit deeper. So once you come to each side, you're going to see if you can extend your shins and your feet in the air as you squeeze the ball of the block. It's like you're kicking a ball in space. Then you're going to re-bend the knees. If you can't see me, look left or right. There's a lot of people that know what they're doing. Point the toes in center. Exhale, come to the other side. Squeeze the ball or the block. Extend the legs. There you go. Bend the knees. Inhale, bring the legs into center. Exhale, come to each side. See if you can extend. Feel the lower belly draw in and back and up towards the skull. Good. See if you want to do one or two more. Good work. You rest when you're ready. Yeah, excellent. Good. So we're just enlivening the body here. Okay, once your feet come down to the floor, you're going to have your arms beside you. Palms are down. Now, if you're quite close to the wall, with the wall above your head, I want you to check the distance that your arms are reaching up overhead. So I want you to feel, are my feet hip width apart? Are my heels a comfortable distance from my buttocks? So just seeing if you're kind of feel a little bit jammed in the knees, I want you to just heel toe your feet a little bit away. So just inchworm a little bit away the feet from the buttocks, just so you have a little bit of space in the knees. But sometimes we go too far. So I want you to try to find that kind of nice distance. And then I just want you to inhale, bring your arms up so your fingers point to the ceiling, and you're going to exhale overhead. And you might widen your arms, but just check that you can reach your arms overhead. You do not need to touch the floor, just a little gauge here. Okay, then you're going to inhale, bring the arms back up, fingers point to the ceiling, exhale, arms come down. Okay, great. We're going to do a little awareness of pressing the feet and squeezing the block or the ball before we start. So just exhale, become heavy. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, press all of your toes into the floor, the heels, squeeze the ball or the block. Feel how that gathers the lower belly in. You might feel your lower back press into the floor. As you inhale, soften the pressing of the feet, release the squeezing of the ball or the block, relax the belly. Okay, we're going to do that a couple times. Exhale, press the feet, squeeze the ball, the block. Let the belly draw back, lift up. Maybe lower back starts to press into the floor. Inhale, let all of that go and relax. One more time, press feet. Exhale, squeeze the ball, the block. Feel lower belly draw back, up. Maybe that pressing into the floor. Good, release. Now, we're going to do that with the arms. So you're going to press feet, squeeze the ball or the block, feel the lower belly drop back and up. Maybe the lower back presses the floor. Now, hold that for a minute as you inhale and exhale. See if you can keep a little containment. As you inhale, bring the arms up, fingers point to the ceiling. Exhale. Without lifting the back ribs off the floor, you can widen the arms into a Y shape. Bring the arms up and overhead. Keep squeezing the block. Good. Now you're going to lift with the upper arm. So that's the space in between the elbow and the shoulder. You're going to root feet, squeeze the block. Inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, arms come down. You're going to do this flow. Keep the support of the lower body. Each time you exhale, you're rooting feet, squeezing the block, the ball. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, overhead. Don't worry about if you don't touch the floor. Okay? Keep reaching energy up the top of your head to the wall behind you. When you're ready to reach up the arms, inhale up. Exhale, back down beside you. Good. You're just going to flow your rhythm. Just going to watch. Inhale, press your feet. Squeeze the ball or the block, lower back presses into the floor as your arms come up and overhead. Good. Laura, I wonder about widening the feet just a tiny bit for you. There you go. Yeah. Good. See, once you've done that a few times, yeah. When you feel ready, you let the arms just rest down by the legs. Now we're going to bring the pelvis into it. Now just note, we're going to have our head on the floor. So if any of you have a little support behind the back of your head, you do want to take it out for this one. Okay, the chin is going to release slightly down towards the throat. And the back of the neck is lengthening as we go into bridge. So you're going to root feet, squeeze the ball of the block. You're going to reach your pelvis towards the back of your calves and then reach the pelvis, the sit bones up towards the ceiling as you root the feet into the floor. So pelvis is going to levitate slightly. So you're in a bridge now. Chin is releasing down. Now just take a moment to hover here. Feel. Can I root through all of the toes? Can you root through the inner heel, the outer heel? And then can you just back off? So if you notice you're working 100%, can you back off to 70%? So the buttocks is engaged here, but it's not squeezing. We're not overly engaging the glute maximus muscle. That's your outer superficial of the buttocks. Now you're going to stay here as you inhale, reach the arms up, fingers point to the ceiling. Exhale, overhead. Good. Feel, does my arms touch the floor now? Maybe some of you it might. You can pause here. You can stay whenever you're ready. You can start the arms coming up and then you can lower down through the spine and the pelvis to come to the floor. All right, we're going to do that again when you're ready. Root feet, squeeze the block, lift up. Now you're going to reach down through the bottom of your pelvis. That's your sit bones, your tailbone. towards the back of your calves. Then you're going to reach up as you press the feet down. That'll let your pelvis float up. Chin lowers down. Feel all your toes. When you're ready, you inhale, the arms up, fingers point to the ceiling, then exhale overhead. Beautiful. See if you want to just hover here. Whenever the arms want to start the descent up, inhale, then you lower and roll down the spine from the upper, lower pelvis. Good. Or try it again on your own. Root feet, squeeze the block. Reach sit bones, tailbones towards the back of your calves, then up as the feet root into the floor. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, overhead. Good. There you go. Nice, Elaine. And you stay there for as many breaths as you want. Then when you're ready, you guide yourself back up and over. Good. Good. Some of you are going again. Feel free, if you're ready to relax, you can draw the legs into the chest, give them a hug, release your ball, your block. If you're in one more flow, just finish that one, come back down. Okay, gonna go into legs into the chest without the ball or the block, rocking, rolling. Gonna keep left leg up towards us. Just drop right foot into the floor. And you're gonna see if you can bring that left thigh towards the belly a little bit. And then just extend the shin and the foot up in the air while keeping the knee bent. So you're doing a half happy baby. So you can choose one option. Hold the back of the left thigh. Some of you can grab hold of your ankle. Some of you can even grab hold of the foot, maybe pinky side or big toe. And just feel that left side of the pelvis release. Just releasing lower back. Just going to hold this. You might even rock a little bit from left to right. Good. Okay, release hold of that left foot, leg. Release left foot to the floor. Bring right leg up as you exhale. So keep the thigh closer towards the body. Extend the shin and the foot. Now pause. Maybe you just hold the back of the thigh. Some of you can grab hold of ankle. Remember, your thigh just comes a little bit on the outside of your body, so it's a little external rotate. So if you find that the thigh and the knee is hitting the torso, just externally rotate it a little bit so the thigh, the knee just kind of passes by the torso. Yeah, there you go. You might rock it a little bit. Really try to keep a weight in your pelvis, the lower back. And then if you want, see if the left leg can come up and if you want to go into both. So maybe you hold both ankles, maybe both back of the thighs. Some of you can grab your toes. Yeah, you got it. This is a hip release, lower back. Some of you are going to find this a little bit easier in pelvis, and some of you are going to find this a little bit challenging. So note that the things that challenge us are good to bring into our practice. You're going to release when you're ready. Just shake it on out. Shake out arms, shake out legs. Okay, so we've prepared the hips now. We're going to go into creating a little bit of strength. So some of you, this is going to be a review of what we did last week, and some of you, this is going to be new. So you are going to use your bolster. And let's turn on to left side. So if you can't see me, you might even just angle your mat a little bit so you can see me. So your head is lying on the bolster. You're on left side. So your left arm is underneath you. You can have it extended. You can also wrap it around the bolster. You're going to draw your legs up and you're going to check in with the kind of top of the knees. So you're gonna look, yeah, okay, my knees are stacked. We don't have one leg. Usually it's the top leg sliding forward or back. Good. Now there's a little rolling forward that I want you to do. And I want you to feel your bottom leg, the thigh, as you roll into your iliotibial band. So you're going to roll forward into the iliotibial band to allow the sides of the big toes to lean. Heels can be a little bit apart, but I want your shins and your feet to levitate off the floor. There you are. Excellent. Yeah, you've got it. Good. Now, some of you know this is clamshell, so we're going to be working the glute medius. So without rolling back in any way, you're going to try to lift just the top leg up and down. Good. See if you can keep the sides of the big toes just touching as you lift that top leg up and down. Keep rolling a little bit forward so that your left thigh is on the iliotibial band. There, you got it, Elaine. Yeah, good. So you're feeling right around here is where you're engaging. Yeah. Yeah. Can you feel that, Susan? There we go. Now it's something's happening, right? Yeah. There we go. And just so you know, when your legs come down, your right knee is in front of your left. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Much better. Okay, we're not going to do too many because we're also going to come in and strengthen a little bit more. So we've got a routine. We've got 3 different sequences. So we're going to let the shins and the feet drop down. Now, left foot is going to either lean pinky side of the foot into the floor, or you're going to tuck the toes under and press that left foot into the floor as you extend your left leg. So toes are going to be facing forward. The inside of your big toe, inner heel is facing the floor. You're pushing out your inner and outer heel. Yeah, good. Now look down the side of your body. Check. Am I in a straight line? Head, shoulders, hips, feet. Right hand can be tented on the floor. Yeah, you got it. There it is, Susan. Yeah, you can feel that you're in a straight line. So you're going to lift this right leg up and down. Okay, we're using the outside of the leg. So the tensor fasciae latae, part of the glute medius and minimus again. Oh, yeah, there you go. Up and down. See if you can get more of a straight leg, Belinda. There we go. See your whole leg moving. Yeah, your straight leg. So one of it is your knees bending a tiny bit. So really push out through your heel. There it is. See how that firms up your leg a little bit more? Yeah, now we've got it. Okay, now pause here. Anyone not feel their hips working? Okay, good. Okay, so now this one is the last one that we're doing. So you can even rest as I demonstrate it. This one we're going to draw. So I'm just fixing my microphone. The right leg up. So the thigh comes up towards you. You're going to soften your hip crease. And when you bring the leg up, you want your foot, your shin, your knee, your hip all on one plane. So it's a right angle. And then as you exhale, you're going to imagine that you're going to push the wall away. You're going to roll forward a little bit to keep in alignment. At the very end, you're going to point the toe. Yeah. And then you're going to inhale, bring it back up. As you exhale, push the wall away, point through the toe. Good. Inhale, bring it up. So feel your thigh come up towards you and then push it away. You should feel your whole leg. This is great for attaching through the knee, the shin. See if you want to do 1 or 2 more. Good. So you push through that heel, and at the very end, then you point your toe. Good, nice. And you relax. Whew. Okay, let's roll onto our back. Just keep your head, if you want, on the bolster. See, do your knees want to stay bent? Do you want to straighten the legs? Whew. If you straighten the legs, you might even pop your head off the bolster because it's a kind of an abnormal position. But I just want you to feel right side of body to left side of the body. So we energize the whole side. We also have been supporting the knee, right? That connection of foot through shin to knee, from knee through quad to hip. Now we're going to roll over and we're going to do our other side. I'm going to keep facing you. So that means that you've got your right side of the body lying down. You're drawing the knees up. You're checking in. Are my knees in alignment? Yeah, good. Roll a little bit forward on the bottom thigh. So you're rolling onto the outer iliotibial band. And that'll lift your shins and your feet off the floor, and then the sides of the big toes are touching. Sometimes putting your left hand on top of your left outer hip to feel that engagement works, or the left hand can be tented on the floor in front of you. Exhale, allow the lower belly to draw back as you lift and lower that top leg. Good. Check your breath. I just got my head a little bit tilted on the side because I got my microphone in my ear. See if you can feel that top glute. So it's not the glute maximus, it's underneath. So part of the glute medius is the front part, it's an internal rotator, and the back part's an external rotator. Okay, pause. Good. Now just let the feet come down. Lean your bottom shin, which is your right, and your foot into the mat just a little bit. You can even tuck the toes under and just feel the pinky and the third and fourth toe leaning into the floor as you extend that top leg, reaching through inner outer heel. It is a straight leg. Your head, your torso, your leg is all in one line. Good. And then you're lifting the leg up and down. Good. Yes. Excellent. Just watching you. Breathing here. As you keep reaching through that inner and outer heel, we're working that connection through the ankle, up through the shin, into the knee. Then from the thigh, all the way up into the pelvis. Good. When you're ready, you pause. You're going to now draw that left leg up as you inhale, drawing the thigh up towards you. Check that your thigh, knee, shin, and ankle are all in one line. Then you're going to exhale, extend the leg. Now watch, tendency might be to keep the leg in front of you, but you want to draw it as you push that wall away at the very end, point the toe. You should be able to look down and check, I am in one straight line. Inhale as you draw up, take more breaths as you need. Exhale as you push that imaginary wall away. Point the toe at the last moment. Good, nice work. Couple more if you want. Yeah, you got it. See, does the body want to do one or two more? Is it a little bit easier on one side than the other? Nice. When you're ready, just lie on your back. Check it out. How do you feel? With or without the bolster? Everyone okay? Yeah, okay, you're pretty quiet. Yeah, just take a moment. So we're going to do some release of the hips, some myofascial release towards the end of the class. But right now, what we're going to do is roll over onto one side, come up onto our hands and knees. Thank you for opening that up again. Got hot, hey? Yeah. Yeah, it is like got a weird kind of like little smoke in the air, right? Okay, so we're going to be on hands and knees. So we're going to come up, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. If being on the hands, the wrists do not like that, you're going to drop down to the elbows, the forearms. So we're going to start with an exhale. So we're going to start by pressing the top of the feet into the floor. You can also tuck the toes under. Let the tailbone curl under. The back is going to round. The hands or the elbows press into the floor. As you round up into flexion, you let the head go. Then you start the movement at the tailbone. The sit bone's lifting up. Lower back arches, then the middle back, then the heart, then gently the head and the neck look forward. Just flowing through, feel This final wave starting at the pelvis, rippling through the spine, ending at the head. Let your inhale and your exhale support you. Yeah, you got it. Keep flowing through a couple more rounds. Going to bring a little bit more movement in here today. Two options for this. You can let the elbows bend a little bit more generously. Think of your spine as your kind of center line that you're going to move from. As you bend the elbows, you can circle using the spine and the torso to circle around, up into flexion, then back into extension. So it's a dance of the spine. Other option, if that doesn't work, is inhaling the whole pelvis, torso, spine forward, exhaling the pelvis, spine, torso, back. Okay, so you decide. We're all going to look a little bit different. When one direction feels complete, you're going to go the other way. So important to keep flexibility through the spine. We're going to take some time here to push up into downward dog. So once you're ready, you're going to bring your hands a little bit farther forward. Keep them nice and spread. The width of the mat. Drop your head, tuck your toes under. Inhale. Exhale. Allow the torso and the pelvis to extend back and up. Keep the knees as bent as you need to. Walk it out if you want. Good, you've got it. We're going to head up to standing. Walking feet towards hands, hands back to feet. Bend the knees generously. Take a moment to find your forward fold. Even the weight through the toes and the heel. And then see, where do you want to hang in your forward fold? Let your head go. Some of you are already ready to come up. Some of you want to linger. You decide when you're ready as you root through the feet. Unfurl the spine. Slowly come up. Your choice to reach the arms up. Exhale back down. Good, shake it out. Good, let's just do a few swinging twists just to let the spine release that little bit of axial rotation. Feet can stay anchored. You can also lift one leg. You can let the arms tap the body. Good. Okay, you're going to slow that down. Notice how the arms and legs feel, maybe a little bit of shaking. Now we're going to grab whatever we've got for foot rolling. So some of us have got a dowel, some of us have got a pink ball, some of us have got a spiky ball. I'm going to use the pink ball today. You got what you need? Just kidding. Kind of like I felt like something else was going to come out of the purse. There's going to be like a magic purse or something. Okay, so I was like all excited. Okay, so exhale, bend the knees. Okay, so just take note. How are the soles of the feet touching the floor? Now, Check in with your body. Does one foot want to start the foot rolling first and one foot want to be your stability? So whichever foot. So for me, my body's asking me to foot roll my left foot. So my right foot, my right leg is going to be my stability, but you choose, okay? You choose whichever side. So you're going to bend the standing leg knee a little bit. Feel all the pads of the toes. You're going to exhale the lower belly back. Imagine you have this internal string that you're going to draw up. So without pushing the hip off to the side, you're going to feel the hips gathering in and up slowly over time. The leg that's going to come up is going to rise as you press down. So take your time to find it. You might even have a little bounce, a little bit of proprioception, feeling your balance here. And then you're going to take that foot down and we're going to roll it on the ball, the block, on the ball or the dowel. Yeah, there we go. So if you're using the dowel, you're rolling from toes to heel. If you're using the ball, you're doing the same thing. This is a really good time to utilize the breath out the mouth when needed. Okay, so you can push down on the ball or the dowel at times. You can also push down and do what we call a little bit of a spin. So you can do this on both devices. Yeah, there you go. Good, Alexander. And then check in. Hey, is there a certain part of the foot? For me, my inner arches always call to me because I get a little bit more holding in my inner arch. So you can, if you're on the dowel, roll the foot inward. So you roll the foot through the inner arch on the dowel. If you're using the ball, you can press down and kind of do what we call a little bit of dragging. It's a little bit of a shearing motion. You can also do the same thing on the outer edge of the foot. If you're on the dowel, you're just going to change the angle of your foot. Yeah, you've got it, Ellie. Yeah, good. Hey, don't forget to let the ball or the dowel rest under this transverse arch of the foot so that your toes release over top and it's going to open the top of the foot. We are usually really tight, a lot of us, in the top of the foot. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. You can also feel even like this as well, where you just have the heel and then you can feel how the dowel goes right under that transverse arch. Uh-huh. Yeah, so you can take your time, notice what needs to release, and finish up off that first foot. Then you're just going to stand. We're going to bring our palms and our whole arms to face forward. Feel the breath. See what's changed through that foot that you just rolled through the leg, the pelvis. And I just want to bring in the top of the skull that we focused on last week, just to bring it in. So you're going to find the swirl of your hairline, and then you're just going to follow your fingers up until you find the very top kind of peak of your skull. And just press your fingers down into that peak, your head up into your fingers. Feel how this elongates kind of from midline up, and then you're going to press down through your feet. So you feel a little bit of opposition, but you feel your whole spine and body lengthen. Now release your hand and see if you can maintain that up and down. Now we're going to go into other side. So the foot that you just foot rolled is now your balancing foot. Little bend of the knee. Take time. Think of up and down. It will help you find that center line when the leg comes up. Okay, find a focus point. Good. Then you can bring your foot down onto the ball, the dowel, and roll. And check in. Where are you getting drawn on the foot? Might be just one area that you just want to focus on. Remember, you can do a little bit of pressure. You can couple that with some spinning. These are all muscles and fascia release techniques. Mhm. Our legs and our hips might feel really different to stand on now that we did our little flow. Okay, that little flow that we did is going to support us as we just finish off foot rolling. Mhm. When you feel that you're complete, there's no rush. Just let your ball, your dowel just move off to the side. So whenever that's done for you, just so we don't have any tripping hazards on our mat. Okay, take a moment to pause, arms, palms, the hands coming forward. Eyes can descend or close. They can look straight ahead. Ah, find a little soften of the knees, breathe. Feel the down through the feet. Notice which toes are not connecting. See if you can bring some energy of rooting through them. The heel, inner, outer heel, back of the heel. And feel that reaching up through the spine, out that top of the head. It's a really nice way to decompress the spine, even when we're standing. And feel a few more rounds of breath here. Good. So as you open your eyes, if they were closed, you're going to find somewhere to look 3 to 4 feet in front of you. Find your right foot taking a little bit more weight. You're going to let your left heel lift, press down, lift up, and see if you want to keep the toes on the floor, the heel onto the inner ankle. Maybe the foot comes up, pressing. Yeah, that inner shin, ankle, calf. Maybe the arms come up, maybe they don't. Feel the down, feel the up. As you can feel, even your standing leg, just bend a tiny bit. And then release. Good, shake it out. Got like a lot more lift today, that one. Huh? Okay, so let's try Vrksasana tree pose on the other side. We're just take an exhale. Whatever happened on that side is done. Sometimes we have a very different connection through one foot than the other. So you're going to just start to feel that standing leg. Wait. So you lift up, press down. Feel. Okay, does my foot want to come up? Remember, the toes can stay on the floor. Heel can be on the inner ankle. If you come up, you're going to press evenly. Calf, shin, into foot, foot into shin. Good. Let the arms come up if they wish. They don't need to. Sometimes when the arms go up, we forget, oh, I've got to keep pressing down. Take a few breaths. You release it when you're ready. Shake it on out. Okay, we're going to release side body today. So we're going to widen feet. We're going to go into our standing flow. So you can be anywhere between 3, 3.5, sometimes even 4 feet. Okay, we're going to turn right foot out. So your toes are going to face short end of one of your mat. Yeah, good. Your back foot, your heel, you're going to angle it back a little bit. That's going to internally rotate your back leg a tiny bit. Good. See if your right heel wants to line up with the back inner arch of your left foot. Now, as you bend your front knee, we're going to notice that we're tracking over second and third toe. Just make sure as we go through this flow, you can go past your ankle, but we don't want the leg rolling in. Good. So come down into your flow, press down through the feet, lift up through the top of the head. Some of you find if you imagine that you're just spreading the mat apart a little bit, it's helpful. Remember, we're only working at 70% effort. Palms can be up, they can face forward, they can face down. Yeah, see what works for your shoulders. Okay, we're gonna go into exalted. So left hand down to left thigh, right palm turning up. Inhale, now watch your front knee that's not rolling in. You're gonna reach that right arm up and back. Hold that for a few breaths. You're gonna come back to warrior two, then reach forward through the right side of the body, right arm, bring the right arm down, very soft touch. Left hand can be on the hip, left arm can reach up in line with the shoulder. Yeah, extended side angle, you got it. Open the chest if you wish. Breathe. Let's do that one more time. So we're gonna come up, keep the right knee bent, go into exalted all the way up and back, right arm up, left hand on the thigh. Bring it back down, pass through warrior two, all the way into your extended side angle. Now, I'm going to give a little bit of invitation. You can keep your left arm in line with the shoulder. If you want, you can extend it overhead. Yeah, good. Press down through the feet, come up. Heel toe the feet together. Shake them out. Good. Okay, so let's try other side. So left foot's going to turn out. Right heel is going to walk in. Right heel is going to angle back. Yeah. Check in. Are you too wide? My body just said, hey, come a little bit closer in my stance. Bend the front knee. See, are you tracking? Bring the arms up. Warrior two. Feel that up through the top of the head, the down through the feet. The breath, find a rhythm. Maybe your gaze passes over the left hand, arm. Right hand goes down to the right leg. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Keep your feet in this one very strongly rooted. I'm going to come into warrior two, arms in line with shoulder. Then reach forward through the torso. Allow the right forearm to come onto the right thigh. Arm can come up if it wishes in line with the shoulder. Breathe. Come back up. Inhale. See if you want to pause. Find warrior two first before you go into exalted. Check in. What's your left knee doing? There it is. Good job. Come back into warrior two. One last time into exalted. Remember, you can pause at any time. Giving that invitation, arm down, arm up or over. We're going to come all the way up. Heel toe the feet together. Shake them out. Okay, so I want to do one more release of the quad. It's a standing balance pose. So balancing dancer might need a wall for this one. Okay, you're going to check in. Can I grab my foot, my ankle? If not, you can grab your pant leg. If you need a strap, I can come around. We're going to be standing. You choose one foot. The other leg is going to come up. You can use the wall. You can hold top of the foot. You can hold the ankle. Good. Gather the inner thighs together. Good. Lift up through the pubic bone and the lower belly. Reach down through the pelvis, the sit bones. Lift up through your heart. Good. Breathe here. Nice quad release. Some of us who bike, this feels really good. Nice release for the knees. If you want, take another breath or two. And let that go when you're ready. Turn around. Use the walls if you want. Take your time to set up. There's no rush. Grabbing hold of ankle. Yeah, gather the inner thighs, the inner knees towards one another. Let the top of the bent leg, the knee, release down towards the floor. Lift up through lower belly, lift up through your heart, the top of your skull. Reach down through your pelvis, your sit bones. Nice. Mom, you've got some balls rolling towards your right foot. It's okay, just letting her know. Yeah, you're gonna release when you're ready. They kind of, it was awesome. It like split around you. It was great. So you're gonna come out, we're gonna do a little release of the pelvis. Okay? Arms can be by your side, hands can be on the hip. We're just gonna start to circle. Gonna just release the lower back. Okay, we're gonna move to the floor soon because we're gonna do some myofascial release to end our class. We're just releasing now. I'm gonna go opposite direction when you're ready. Drawing a circle around the feet, creating some fluidity from that static. Holding. Good, and now check in. Can you do a little figure eight around the feet? Just choose one direction, draw a little figure eight. Let the knees be fluid and bent as you do this. Now, switch directions and your figure eight, go the other way. Take a moment. Let that complete shake out, arms and legs. Really good shake out this time. Okay, so we're going to find ourselves towards the top of the mat. Pause, let your arms, your palms of your hands face forward. And as you're just standing here, just take a moment to feel your body. Feel the breath release, maybe out the mouth a few times. The energy drop back down into the earth, bringing us back home to this grounding. Settling. As the arms come up, palms of the hands touch in front of heart. Inhale. As you exhale, release your arms down beside your legs. Press your feet into the floor. Let the arms float up. Maybe the gaze follows the hands, maybe not. Exhale, the weight shifts back on the heels. The pelvis moves back and then lifts up as you come into your forward fold. Once you're in your forward fold, you're going to shift your weight also into your toes. Good. Let your head go if it's yours to do. You decide how long you want to hold forward fold. Some of us, we find this pose and it really speaks and sings to us. Others, we just want to get out of it. Okay, so you decide. When you're ready, you're going to bend your knees. Hands come the width of your mat in front of your feet. You're going to step back, big step back, right foot left, find downward dog again. Just revisiting this one more time. You decide how long you want to be here. Those of you that are ready to rest, you're going to bend your knees and come down into child's pose. Okay, so you might find as you come down, if you want to stay in downward dog, you stay there. I know some of you are ready to descend. You might even find you want to widen the knees. And as you check in with your knees, just allow the pelvis to sink back to a place of flexion that feels good on your knees as you let your torso descend the head. If the head doesn't want to come down, you can support the head on the crossed arms, hands. Some of you As we go into our deep lateral release, want to walk your arms to one side. This feels so good for the back. Going to linger here for a moment. Just bringing us down. Breathing through the side of the body that you feel the stretch along. So if your arms are to the left, you're breathing through right side. If your arms are to the right, you're breathing through left. Hey, you decide when your arms want to pass through center and find the other way. Letting the arms walk off the other side. Remember, if the knees are not feeling good here, and this is enough, you can come up, roll to one side, and then just roll down on your back. That's where we're going next. If you want to hover here for a few more rounds, feel free. Once you're ready to descend to the floor, you're going to come up, lean the hips over onto one side, swing the legs around. You're going to descend the chin towards the chest. Let the arms be heavy as you roll down. Check in with body as you come to the floor. You might just keep your feet on the floor and just very gently wipe the legs from left to right. Leading with the pelvis. Some of you might want to draw the legs back up into the chest again. Giving you some space here. Feel our full circle of coming back and meeting the ground as we did at the very start. Okay, so we're going to keep a couple things close by. So some of you may find through this next little flow that you might use your chip foam block, you might use your bolster. Okay, we are going to have the 4-inch block just beside our left hip. Just so your hand can touch it, it knows it's there. And whatever ball you're wanting to use for your ball rolling, just have it beside your right hand so you know it's there. So we're going to be going into a figure 4. So some of us, when we go into a figure 4 to release the hips, you might find, oh, my neck and my head get tight. I want to put a support behind the head. Some of us feel we need a little bit of lift for the pelvis, so you can put this chip foam block underneath the hips. Okay, so we're going to draw right leg in and start with right leg. So you can hold the back of the shin if you want. Sorry, the back of the calf. And you're just going to circle that leg, rolling it around, feeling that evolution of just getting into the muscles all around the hip. Go both directions. Feel your breath pair with the movement as you explore this hip. Good. And then as the leg comes back towards you, you're going to let the knee release out to the side. You're going to bring your foot, your ankle towards center line. And then your right ankle is going to go onto the left thigh. And just exhale, settle the pelvis. So I'm demonstrating with a block underneath my pelvis, but you want a heavy pelvis to start. Okay, now you've got the block on your left side. Okay, so you're going to lead this movement with your pelvis. So we're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to roll the pelvis a little bit over to your left as your foot comes down and touches the block. Okay, if you need a little bit higher, you go into the higher. And then you're going to inhale, exhale, roll the pelvis back. So some of you are going to use the block. I'm going to pull the block up underneath my hip. It feels super good for me. I like to just roll on the pelvis. You're going to roll back and forth using the flow here. Some of you can go a little bit farther in your foot. You might lower the block down a little bit more. You can release the leg away from you. Some of you, your bottom leg might even touch the floor. This is the final pose. Foot can be on the floor, foot can be on the leg. You're releasing here. Then you're rolling your pelvis back onto the floor. So you can do that a couple times. You can also roll to the right side a little bit through the hip. So it's right release, center, left release. And so just opening the hips. At any time you want to press the right ankle into the left thigh and levitate that left foot off the floor and hold the back thigh, you can. This is going to go deeper into those glute muscles, the abductors, your external rotators. And there's that invitation if you want to extend that left leg as well, to just do a release through back line. As the heel reaches up, the pelvis drops to the floor. Oh, there's my ball. I couldn't figure out where it went to. Okay, so option for a little bit of ball rolling here in the hip as well. I'm just going to turn so you can see it. You still have your right ankle on the left thigh. Some of you might put the ball, maybe massage through the fleshy part of the hip. You can put it under the buttocks and roll into it and roll off. Some of you like to massage through the outer hip, so you can roll and have the ball a little bit more beside the hip and roll into it. Okay, that's going to get a little bit more into the muscle above the iliotibial band of fascia. It's called your tensor fascia latae muscle. Okay. If you're being drawn here to massage another part of your body, remember, you can roll onto the side. You can even use a bolster to support the leg, and you can roll all the way through an iliotibial band. You can roll through your shin, your calf. You can sit up if you need to. Just want to give a little bit of space here for you to ball roll on each side. Yeah, and some of you being in figure 4 when you ball roll doesn't work, and it's just better to have both feet on the floor. And then you can put the ball underneath the hips. Yeah, and so there's a lot of options here. There it is. Good, Susan. Use your breath as a tool here, out the mouth. It's a really good time to let go of what's no longer needed. It's going to be about 1 more minute on the side before you switch sides to go and do the flow on the other side. So some of you might already be ready to move into the left leg. Just remember, as you go into the left leg, that you do want to draw that leg up towards you and just circle the leg in space for a few rounds before you go into the figure 4. Okay, and you don't have to use the block to fold into. Last week we didn't use the block. Today I'm just bringing it in. Sometimes when we go into a figure 4 and we take that time to pause, if we've got the connection of the lower belly drawing in and we're moving and initiating the move from the pelvis, you might find that just flowing without the block is what we need. If you haven't switched sides, you do want to be doing that over the next little bit. Just so you have enough space to release both sides of body. Yeah, good. And Susan, we had that talk at the class to start about your right, is it your right shoulder you were saying, right? That you were sharing that sometimes gets a little tight. Yeah, like kind of in there. So I'm thinking that there might even be a little bit of holding. And so you can take your ball, yeah, put it right there. Yeah, use your left hand then. There it is. And just gently massage because all through underneath the collarbone, you have your pec muscle, the minor that attaches to your shoulder blade, but also your pec major. And so sometimes you might feel, yeah, just massaging. So I'll give this invitation to everybody. If you're done your hips and you're feeling, okay, my hips are done, and just want to take the last part of the class, even just to pause, you can. If some of you are feeling a little bit of holding, which a lot of us do in the front of the chest, you can hold the ball. So I've got the ball in my right hand, and you can massage the left chest under the collarbones. You can feel your collarbone and you can kind of ride below it. You can go on a diagonal from the lower part of the shoulder into the chest. And some of us might have a little bit of holding through our pec minor or major muscle, especially in one shoulder, in one part of the chest. Yeah, good. If you're complete, which some of you are, you can just go back into resting. So that might mean that you go back to seeing if there's any last movements that you need, the bolster underneath the body, maybe just lying flat on the floor. Ah. Some of you are still moving, but some of you have descended into your final pose of resting. And so invite that in, take a few breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Ah. Maybe going back into that pursed lip breath, pursing the lips, blowing through that pursed lip. Let your arms take up as much space as you want. So maybe they stay down about a foot to 2 feet away from the body. Maybe you go into a T, so the arms out in line with the shoulder. And some of you may even go a little bit above, depending on what's feeling good with your shoulders. Yeah. And the yawn is such an organic function that offers us a nice level of letting go. So it does an internal letting go as well as a superficial skin letting go. So the yawn is always invited to come in. It means that the nervous system is coming back into a place of homeostasis. Using this last part of class to just integrate. Meeting body here, inviting in that release of heaviness. Ah. Let your breath breathe you. We share pieces of writing at the end of the practice, and today there's a piece around the moon correlating to body and mind. The author is unknown. I will share it with you when I send out the recording. And just like the moon, you shall go through phases of light and dark and everything in between. And although you may not always appear with the same brightness, you are always, always whole. And just like the moon, you shall go through phases of light and dark and everything in between. And though you may not always appear with the same brightness, you are always, always whole. I'm just going to take a couple minutes here. I'm going to create some silence for us. As you gently hear the sound of my voice, let your attention, your awareness come back to your body. Find a place in your body just to rest with for a few breaths before we awaken, these sweet moments before we bring movement back in. Such a special time when we can be aware of self in a pause. You might find a little bit of wiggling through the fingers as you feel that ripple up through your arms, into your shoulders, your chest, your heart. And then a little bit of movement through the toes as you ripple up through the legs into the pelvis. Feel the upper and the lower body joining. Maybe a stretch, a nice yawn, any kind of movement that resonates for you. You'll find when you're ready, you're rolling to one side. There might even be a breath or two of a pause before you lean the hand into the floor and just come and sit You sit however it supports you. So for me today, my legs have been crossed, but that might not resonate. Maybe one leg in, one leg out, both legs out. Arms out to the side, palms face forward. Okay, open heart. I feel that down through the pelvis, up through the top of the head, soft shoulders. When you're ready, exhale out the mouth. Good. On an inhale, just reach your arms up so they just come to the height of the shoulders. And then when you're ready, just go back a little bit, just a little squeeze of the shoulder blades together. And then bring your arms, wrap them around, give yourself a hug. Just take a moment. Just enjoy this act of honoring yourself. We sometimes so easily feed energy out to others, but rarely sometimes do we ever pause and just give ourselves a hug. Notice how far we've come in life. As you check in, which arm is on top? We're going to inhale. We're going to open up the arms, bring them back again. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together, and then you're going to give yourself one more hug. Opposite arm on top. Just let your body respond to it. This active hugging. And then when you're ready, inhale the arms back out in line with the shoulders. Inhale, take an exhale here. Then we're going to inhale, draw the energy up as the arms reach up, palms touch. Exhale, come down to our heart. Just pause our thumbs around heart center. Feel your breath. Feel your whole body. It's integration of body, breath, and mind. Coming here in one moment of embodiment. And if the eyes were closed, just gently open them. Your head was bowed. Like me, you might lift it up. Thank you for taking the time to share yourself, helping each other co-regulate. Hope the rest of your day comes ease and strength. Thank you for being online, Alexandra. Okay, no rush to transition.